Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Yeah, it'll be helpful.
Like put it down, it's like almost falling out.
No, leave it up for a while.
Okay. Hare Krishna. It's gonna be me. He's gonna give the introduction.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. We welcome you all. Yes, take the mic. Hare Krishna. So we welcome you all for today's program. We have among us His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu. So how many of you don't know Dina Bandhu Prabhu? Okay. So His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu is coming all the way from Sri Vrindavan Dham. So Prabhuji was born in Los Angeles, California, and he first met the devotees in Boulder, Colorado in 1968 or 69? 1969. So the following year, 1970, he got initiated by Srila Prabhupada in Los Angeles. And after the initiation, the first service that he got was to go to Dallas and open a temple. So after that, he was in Houston. Then he was the president of Portland for many years. He was in Miami. Then his services got him to Colombia, where he perfected his Spanish, and he preached in Spanish for 5 years almost. In the year 1984, he was visiting Vrindavan, and that became his permanent visit. So he started residing in Vrindavan since 1984. That is 41 years. He was also appointed as president of Krishna Balaram Temple for a few years. And Baba Madhav Das was a saint in Vrindavan who approached him to take up the restoration project of Vrindakund Temple. Has anyone been to Vrindakund Temple in Nandagram? So Prabhuji did the construction and the installation of Vrinda Devi's deity. Also, he renovated Sanatan Goswami Samadhi, has done many services in Vrindavan, but most importantly, he's known for taking all the devotees out on parikrama. So I'm sure some of you has the experience of going with parikrama with Prabhuji. I'm sure, yeah. So let us welcome His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Hare.
His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we're very honored and very happy to be here in, I guess it's still somewhat Chicago area, but now we're in Naperville. And to be here at the lotus feet of Sri Sri Nitai Gaur Sundar. And we just got introduced to Kala Hanuman. We were very fascinated by seeing his picture, and to be here at the lotus feet of Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani and the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, and with all the Napier Mill devotees is a great pleasure for us. So tonight we're going to take you to Vrindavan without ticket, without visa, no security check. And just to put us in Braj mood, we have very nice, the old famous Braj bhajan. Probably everybody knows. It's quite long, so we'll won't sing all the verses. But if you have your devices, first of all, you can put them all on silent, because these little babies have a way of crying in the middle of the katha. They have this bad habit. And you can look up Jai Madhava Madana Murari. This is old Braj, but we haven't sung for a long time. So everybody's found it? Okay. Jai Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Jai Jai Keshava Kalimala Hari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Radhe Sham Shama Sham Radhe Sundara Kundala Nayana Bishala Galle Sohe Vaijanti Mala Yachabiki Balihari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Yachabiki Balihari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Kabuhu luta luta dadi kayo, Kabuhu madhuvana rasa rachayo, Kabu. Nachata vipina bihari radhe, Sham Shama Sham. Radhe Sham Shama Sham Jai Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Jai Keshava Kalimala Hari Radhe Sham Shama Sham Radhe Sham Shama Sham Gwala bala sangadenu charai Vana vana brahmat fire yarurai Yadurai Kande kamara kari radhe Sham Shama Sham Radhe Sham Shama Sham Chura chura navanita jokayo, brajavanitan me namadarayo. Chura. Makana chora murari rare, cham chama cham. Radhe sham chama cham. Jai Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Jai Keshava Kalimala Hari Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Ekadina Manindra Komaryo Naka Upar Gover Dana Dayo Ekadina Nama Paryogiri Dari Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Duryadanaga Boga Nakayo Ruko Sagbi Durgar Kayo. Aise Prema Pujari Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Jai Madhava Madana Murari Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Jai Keshava Kalimala Hari Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Radhe Sham Shama Sham. Jai Jai Sri Radhe Sham. Jai Keshava Kalimala. Jai Madhava Madana Murari. Jai Keshava Kalimala Hari. So we all know that just like Amala means spotless. Mahaprabhu said that Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana. Amala Purana. So mal means contaminated. So all our hearts are contaminated with what? This Kali Mal. This contamination of Kali Yuga. But by singing all these names, Jai Madhava, Madha Murari, Jai Keshava, Kali Mala Hari, all the dirt of Kali Yuga is taken out from our hearts. Same message as Mahaprabhu, but in very, very sweet Brishvasa language. In the last verse we sang, it says, Duryodhana Bogana Kayo. That one time Krishna, he wanted to try and make peace somehow or another. Because although violence is sometimes necessary for the upkeep of society or protection, at all costs we should try to avoid it. So Krishna made last-ditch attempt at peace. So he even became the messenger for his devotees. Generally, messenger means that is not a very high post. But for the love of his devotees, Krishna became messenger. And he went there to Duryodhana, and he made very generous peace proposal. Oh my goodness. He made very generous peace proposals. Look, they're Kshatriyas, they have to rule something. You give them 5 villages. I will see that they're satisfied. You take the whole rest of the kingdom. Very reasonable, very generous proposal. But what did Duryodhana say? I won't even give them enough land that could fit under the point of a needle. So Krishna's peace endeavor failed. So now there has to be war. So then Duryodhana invited Krishna to take feast. Now at that time, Duryodhana was ruling the whole world. We can just imagine what type of feast he could have made. We have seen cashews and kishmish in the sweet rice, in the halava. He had it even in the sabji. We have seen the burfi, with gold, with silver on top. He had gold on top. We can just imagine the type of feast he made. Mume pani aaya. Water came in your mouth. But here it says, Duryodhana Bogana Kayo. Krishna didn't eat. You're not favorable to my devotees, so I won't take prasad in your house. And Prabhupada tells us we should not go anywhere and everywhere. We should only take in the house of a Vaishnava who offers his food to Krishna. So then, where did he go? He went to Vidura's house. Now Vidura, he knows Krishna's gone there to see Duryodhana. They'll make a big feast for him. After feasting, what happens? You have to take rest. Krishna will take rest. He knows Krishna will come and see him, but after some time. So he didn't go directly home. He went to somebody else's house. Meanwhile, Devakinandan, he went straight to Vidura's house. And he knocked on the door. And Vidura's not there, Vidurani is there. And she opened the door, and there's Devakinandan standing in her doorway. And she doesn't know what to do, because even her husband Vidura's not there. And Devakinandan has come. In Duryodhana's palace, he'll sit on a nice cushion as soft as the foam of milk. A nice chair. All she had was a little straw mat. More apple than us most of the time. All we have is some plastic fiber, So she sat Devakinandan down, and then she ran into the kitchen, because she has to give something to eat. Because we learned very soon in our Krishna consciousness, we didn't have much experience. At 69, when I joined, there wasn't many Indians around America. So I remember the first time we ate in one Indian's house, and they made such a fabulous feast, and we were just amazed. And the fellow kept coming with more and more and saying, "You want more? No, that's all right, plop. Do you want more? No, that's all right, plop." Then finally he told us, he said, it is our Indian system that if somebody comes to our house, we must feed them. And then we'll offer it again. And they will say, no, though, they're not satisfied. They don't want to appear greedy, so they're being polite. No, then we again give. And then when they're finished, again we give. No, that's all right. They will say no, but they are not satisfied. They're simply being polite. But we'd never eaten it in Indian's house before, you know. We were afraid of making any offense or anything. We were all nervous. And he said, when they finally roar like a lion, no, then they're fully satisfied. So we didn't want to make any offense. He kept coming. You want some more? No, plop. Finally, our temple president, he caught on. No! We all caught on. No! But Bidurani had just some bananas. The banana's not a big thing for us, you know. Just like we see every day in Vrindavan, the ladies going with their thalis and have a little banana, some incense, some kumkum, and they're going some rice, and they go to their favorite temples. The banana is just a common thing for us. But I was temple president when the first Russians came to Vrindavan. Now it's different, but in those days it was a completely different situation in Russia. And they saw bananas and banana. Their sikhs went, boop. Mango, pineapple. They never saw such things. But banana is a very ordinary thing. So she was very nervous that Devaki Nanda's come to her house. He could have taken a big feast in Duryodhana. That he's come here. All I have is banana. She was very nervous. So she peeled the banana and she threw the banana away and gave Devaki Nanda the peel. And Devaki Nanda is eating. And she's peeling and throwing the fruit and giving him the peel. Then Vidura came home. He saw what was going on. Are Murkstri, foolish woman, what are you doing? And Devaki Nanda said, Kayate, be quiet. Whatever she's giving, I don't know what it is, but I've never tasted anything so nice. Because here it says, I say prema pujari. If we want to do the puja of the Lord, if we want to worship the Lord, we have to worship with love. That's the most important ingredient. Krishna says, Patram pulam toyam yome, bhaktya, with love. Those who offer with me with love, and then I accept. So this is the proof here. Krishna was eating the banana peel and enjoying like anything. Hare Krishna. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanyamanubhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadandikam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Panchakalpa Trubhyascha, Kripa Sindhuvevacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. So I was thinking of what pastime of Prabhupada to tell, since we're talking about prasadam. Jamuna Mataji, our very dear older god sister, who everyone knows, you know, we listen to her singing Govinda prayers every day. So this was way in the beginning. The first time they went to India, they went to, one time they went to Calcutta. And Prabhupada came to Jamuna, and he was very excited. He said, today my sister is coming. Because at this time nobody knew Pishima. This was something new, you know. My sister's coming. So Prabhupada was very excited. And he told her, you have to make this and this and this and this, and you have to make it like that and that and that and that. And then Prabhupada went into the kitchen and he cooked this and this and this and this, like that and that and that, and she just helped. Then Pishima came, and they were sitting in a room, and Jamuna brought in nice silver thalis with nice silver katoris and everything. And she was running in every few minutes, giving nice hot puri or hot chapati and filling up the katoris. And Prabhupada and his sister, they were just chattering away in Bengali. Because Bengalis without chattering, they cannot digest. I know, because when I lived in the ashram in Krishna Balaram Mandir, the Bengali pujaris were next door, and they used to come back after almost 10 o'clock at night after putting the deities to rest, and they'd have all this nice Mahaprasad, and they would go, so they were just eating like anything. And probably with great gusto he was eating, and they were chattering away. And, when you eat a lot of prasadam, then you get like a little giddy. So Jamuna came in, and Prabhupada had taken all the silver katoris and stacked them up in the middle of his thali. And Jamuna came in and said, Prabhupada, do you want something more? Or because this is even before, this is so early, they call me Swamiji. Swamiji, you like something more? And Prabhupada took the last katori and threw it at the bottom of the stack, and everything came crashing down. He said, see, I'm a good boy. I've finished everything on my plate. They all came crashing down with a big sound. Oh, and Jamuna realized Prabhupada was intoxicated from eating prasadam. So, Swamiji. And what about your sister? Shall I give her more? And Pishima, she doesn't know one word of English. And Prabhupada looked at Jamuna and said, you cannot give her anything more. She is so big. She is so fat. If you give anything more, she will explode. And then he smiled at Pishima. And Pishima doesn't know a word of English. She smiled back. And Jamuna, oh, Swamiji. He said, when we were young, I used to climb on her back and pull her pigtails. And then he smiled at Pishima, and Pishima smiled back. So Jamuna personally told me this story. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Nandagram is very, very flat plate, just like we were coming from here to from Detroit to here. We're seeing everything is almost completely flat. But there's 4 hills that are very amazing. That everything is flat and flat. If there's a hill somewhere, it's very astonishing. There's 3 hills very famous in Braj. Of course, everybody knows Giriraj, King of Mountains. He's most famous. He's the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And then there's Barsana. And Barsana is the incarnation of Lord Brahma. We call Brahmachal. Because the mountains we call Achal. Just like when you come on Prikama with me, all day long we're behind you. Chalo, 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 chalo. But the mountains, they don't chalo, so they're Achal. Hima chal. Nila chal. Vindhya chal. So that is Brahmachal. It's got, just like Brahma has 4 heads, it has 4 peaks. And then there's another hill that is called Nandisvar Parvat. Parvat, of course, we know means hill. Is also known as Nandagram. And at that place, what happened, because it used to be a very flat place also. But one time, Lord Shiva, he was performing great penances and austerities for many hundreds of years. Which years? Demigod years. Demigod year, their one day is equal to our 1 year, their night is equal to our 1 year, our one night. Their one night is equal to our 1 year also. So those type of years. And finally, Krishna appeared, and he asked him, what is it that you desire? And Lord Shiva said, I know that at the end of Dwapar Yuga, you're going to display your pastimes here in Braj. I was wondering if I could become a stone, or that maybe that's too much to ask, maybe just some dust that I could be here and witness all these wonderful your childhood pastimes. And Krishna said, Arey, why dust and stone? You become a hill. My Baba will build his palace on top of the hill. You'll see all the childhood pastimes there. So this hill is known as Nandeshwar Parvat. It is non-different from Lord Shiva. In fact, in Brajriti Chintamani, a very beautiful book by Biswanath Chakravarti Thakur, he takes us all around Braj. And when he comes to Nandagram, he says, Tatachirubhutam aparashobham nandisaram sadhugana varanti nandisaram yadtadyadi rupam Sri Nandarajalaya rajamanam. He says, because he's describing whole of Braj, he said, so when he says tat, he's referring back to that Braj. Tatat Shirubhutam. Shirubhutam means the crown jewel. Apara Shobham, whose splendor is unlimitedly expanding. The crown jewel of this Vrindavan is this Nandiswaram Sadhugana Varanti. All the, not just Biswanath Chakravarti Thakur, but he says Sadhugana Varanti, all the Sadhugan, they're telling that this is the crown of Braj. Previously, when he was Govardhan, he described Nava Nava Tilakam. That Govardhan is the tilak of Braj. And Nandiswar Nandagram is the crown jewel of Braj. All the sadhus are Sadhugana Varanti. Sadhugan Varanti, they're telling. Nandiswaram Yamdadidi Rupam. It is the self-same form of Lord Shiva. Tatachirubhutam aparashobham nandisaram sadhugavanadananti nandisaram yamdadidi rupam Sri Nandarajalaya rajamanam. So when I first joined Vrindavan, one of the first Hindi words I learned was karyalay, where work goes on, office. So here, Biswanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Rajalai. So we can understand, this is the place of the king, the palace. Sri Nanda Rajalaya Rajamanam. Nanda Maharaj's palace, wahan virajman hai. It's resting on top of this hill. And there's a Nandiswar Astak. It says, Yatra vrajadi pepura pratima prakasha prasada murda kailaso parinitarangi barikshate bhuvijaya dvajake tubuto nandisaram samaramandam mudam dadatu. One verse is there, the Astika, my favorite. Yatra vrajadi pepura pratima prakasha. In that yatra, in that place, Vrajadipe, the king of Braj, Yatra Vrajadipe Pura, his city, Yatra Vrajadipe Pura apratima, unparalleled city, Prakasha is shining. And many years ago, I watched before my very eyes somebody put nice white marble all over the domes. They were just normal domes. Nice white marble. So now it's high on the hill and shines everywhere. Yatra Vrajadipe Pura apratima prakasha. Prakash means shine. It's like we have any Prakash in our community here. Everybody knows one Prakash. So shining. Yatra Vrajadipe Pura apratima prakasha prasada murda kalasopari nittarangi. On top of the palace, there's a dome. On top of the dome, there's Kalash. And on top of that, something nittirangi, something always dancing. Prasada murda kalasopari nittirangi Barhikshate. Ikshate means to see, and barhi means peacock. Just like we sing every morning. Barhavatam sammasitam. So barhikshate means we see peacocks dancing on top of the kalash. And barhikshate bhuvi jayadvaj. Just like in Miami, we have one Argentinian godbrother. He was president of Bombay Temple for some time, named Jayadvaj. And Jayadvaj means the same as Jayapataka, victory flag. And if you go to Nandagram, you'll see on top of the kalash this victory flag, Nityarangi, always dancing there. Very beautiful. Adbhut, he says, yet Bharikshe Bhuvi Jayadvaj Adbhutaketu. Very astounding Jayadvajas dancing on top. Yatar Bajari Vipura Pratima Prakasha Prasara Murda Kalaso Parinitare Vijayadvajaketu Bhutu Nandi Saram Samaramandam Mudam Dadatu. May that Nandi Sir Parvat give you unlimited amounts of happiness. This is a blessing of Biswanath Chakravarti Thakur. So originally there was one great Kshatriya named Devamida in the Mathura area. And he had 2 sons from 2 different wives, because the kings, they could maintain on equal level many wives, so they had many wives. So he had 2 wives. One was Kshatriya, which is natural, and one was a Vaishya, which was also permitted. We can marry down, but we can't marry up. From the Kshatriya wife, he got a son named Surasen. We all heard Surasen, huh? And from Surasen got a son named Basudev. And from the other son, from the other wife, the Vaishya wife, he got a son named Parjanya Maharaj. Parjanya means cloud. And he made his kingdom on top of that Nandishwar Parvat. But so many demons were harassing there. They left that place and went to Gokul. And then in Gokul, all these demons came. Finally, these twin Arjun trees came. They moved back to, they decided it was better in Nandagram. So first, they packed up all of the women and children in their Toyota vans. No, they had bullock carts. And believe me, you'll never see a bullock cart wrapped around a telephone pole. Much more safer way of transportation. And all the bullock carts, they had beautiful embroidered canopies with lots of gold jari and laces of pearls, and very bright silken multicolored flags were on top of the bullock carts. And all the bullock carts were going down toward the Jamuna. And all the cowherd men were walking around the carts with their bows and arrows. And around them were all the cows. Because Nanda Baba, he has 9 lakhs of cows. You know how much is 1 lakh? 100,000. So 9 lakh means almost 1 megabyte. So it looked like the ocean of milk. And as they went over the hills, it looked like the waves in the ocean of milk. In fact, it looked like a celestial river was coming down to join with Jamuna. And Ma Yasoda and Ma Rohini were sitting in one bullock cart with Krishna and Balaram in their laps. And Krishna and Balaram, they're asking so many questions. Because the little boys, they like to ask too many questions. All the mothers are laughing, they know. He said, Oh Maya, what's this tree what's got a beard, Maya? Ye kanki pere, just gadadi hey Maya. What kind of tree is this what's got a beard, Maya? And Mother Yasoda said, oh Lala, this is a banyan tree. Actually, in Sanskrit and Hindi, we say Vat or Bargat. Just like we all know Bamsi Vat, you know. How it became banyan tree is interesting history. I was in Bangladesh in Sylhet one time, and they had a big book on Indian trees. So it described there that during British times, the Britishers saw that all the merchants made their shops and kept their push carts underneath the shade of this type of tree. So in ISKCON, we know the mercantile class of people are called Vaishyas. But in India, what do we say? Baniya. Almost like bank, Baniya. Because the old days there was no banks. We gave our money to the Baniya. He speculated with it and gave us some interest. So they used to call this is the Baniya tree. So gradually became known as banyan tree. And they went a little further, and Lala said, oh Maya, what's this tree what's got a leaf leaf has got a tail? What's this tree what's leaf has got a tail? Ye can't compare, just get patiki punche Maya. And Mother Yasoda looked and said, oh Lala, this is people tree. Just like if you go to Vrindavan in front of Prabhupada Samadhi, huge people tree is there. And leaf is shaped just like a heart and comes down to a little punch tail. And as soon as there's a little bit of breeze, they begin fluttering. If there's a nice breeze, and they make nice sound. And banyan trees and people trees are very special for the environment. Because we learned in our botany class that the trees give off oxygen in the daytime and carbon monoxide at night. We learned. But banyan trees and people trees, they give off oxygen 24/7. That's why we always see the yogis underneath the banyan trees and people trees, because they're very special. Well, so she said, Lala, this is people tree. So then Lala, he saw some little yellow fruit. Oh Maya, what's this little yellow fruit? And Mother Yasoda looked and said, oh Lala, this is the badri fruit. This is a badri tree and the badri fruit. In Hindi we call bear. In Bengali we say cool. And in Gujarati, what is it? Bear. This is a yellow fruit, Anyway, you all know what this fruit is. I can't remember right now. I heard. I don't know about Tamil. But anyway, oh Lala, this is in Sanskrit we say Badri. Because in Badrik Ashram, Lakshmiji, she was so concerned seeing her husband sitting in the cold and the heat and the rain and the snow. So she appeared there in the form of a Badri tree. Such a chaste wife, she appeared there in the form of a Badri tree to give him shelter. So Lord Narayan, he became known by his wife's name. She was so chaste, she became known Badri Nath. So this is a Badri tree, Lala. Then he heard some sound. Oh Maya, what's that sound, Maya? What's that sound? And Mother Yasoda listened, Meow. Meow. Oh Lala, this is the moor. This is the peacock. And our acharyas have described that the peacock is calling K-ka, K-ka, K Radha, Ka Krishna. Peacock is calling Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna. The Brijvasis, they say something else. They say the peacock is calling Mego, Mego, Mego. Because they start crying when in the summertime in Braj, when it's very cool, it's only 45, 50 degrees, 120, 130 degrees. Mhm. So they're all crying because Meg, just like in Ramayana, we know there's one fellow named Meghanath. Meg means cloud. Megao! Megao! They're all crying. Megao! Megao! And somebody was remembering they met me when I was temple president. We were working on Prabhupada's Samadhi to finish it. So there's one devotee, he lives now in Gainesville. His name is Achyuta, and he was the one who finished doing it, finished the work on Prabhupada's Samadhi. He's from a special place in America. He says all the peacocks are calling, New York! New York! But Rupa Goswami, he explains there's a deeper meaning. K means who. In Bengali, K means who. Just like Sanatana Goswami, when he met Mahaprabhu in Benares, he said, everybody thinks I'm a great Pandit, but I don't know. K ami. Who am I? And why this why these threefold miseries are bothering me? So K means who. What is the question? That Krishna, he's a great ocean of ras. Who is there that can possibly reciprocate with that great ocean of ras that is Rasaras Sri Krishna? And the answer is coming, Ka. It is only she, Sri Radha, with her ocean of Mahabhav. She can reciprocate with that Rasaras Sri Krishna. And we know when the Rasaraj and the Mahabhav combine, that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way, they all came down to the banks of the Jamuna, and they began floating the bullock carts across, and all the bulls were there. They unhooked the bulls from the carts, and the bulls were swimming in the water, and mist was coming from their noses. The water of Jamuna was lapping around their big humps on their backs. And the cowhermen, they took the calves on their shoulders like this, and they were going across the river, and the cows were coming behind. Moo! Moo! This way they crossed over the Jamuna. They passed a little ways behind where Krishna Balaram Mandir is there, and they came to a place called Chatikara. When you're coming down the Delhi highway, one of the places to turn off to come to Vrindavan is at Chatikara. Because they took all of their bullock carts, because in Sanskrit, bullock cart means shakat, so it became corrupted as Chatikara, but Shastikara. They put all their bullock carts in a big circle, and in the morning they began milking the cows and churning the butter, and they stayed there for some time at Chatikara before they were renovating the palace in Nandagram. Then they moved back to Nandagram. And in Chatikara they were actually they were taking out the calves. But it wasn't until they got to Nandagram that they were finally given the charge of the cows. Because one time, shortly after Krishna lifted Govardhan Hill, then all the cowherd boys were teasing him too much. Those little boys, they like to tease too much. So they were saying, oh, you're a big man. You lifted a whole hill, huh? And you're just taking out the calves? What kind of big man are you? So they were teasing too much. So next morning, Krishna, he wouldn't get out of bed. He was under his covers. And Mother Yasoda came, Lala, Uto, get up, Lala. What's the matter, Lala? You have stomach ache? You have a stomach ache in your tooth, Lala? You have a stomach ache in your head, Lala? Anyhow, the mothers are very expert to get the things out of the children. So she heard what this problem was. So she went to Nanda Baba and explained to him. So Nanda Baba, he went to a Sandili Rishi. It's just like Vasudeva and Devaki in Mathura, their guru is Garga Muni, Garga Rishi. So Nanda's guru in Braj is Sandili Rishi, the disciple of Garga Rishi. So he went to Garga, Sandili Rishi. And Sandili Rishi considered for a moment. He said, well, today is Gopastami. This is a good day to give the charge of the cows over to Krishna. But Madhya Yasoda is not agreeing. Because the calves he's herding near the village. The cows means they'll go far in the forest, out of her sight. She can't bear to see Krishna go out of her sight. There may be so many stones on the path, there may be so many thorns on the path, it may be too hot, it may be too rainy. She is not agreeing. So Sandali Rishi said, well, actually, there's one Kali Kamri. Kali Kamri means black blanket. Just like sometimes you see in the Indian Rajasthani prince, Krishna with his black blanket over his head. Kali Kamli Wali. So, and that has threads woven by Lord Brahma this side and woven by Lord Shiva this side. Whoever has that blanket, he will not suffer from heat, cold, hunger, rain. He'll not suffer from anything. So Nanda Baba said, where can we get a Kali Kamri? He said, well, Vrishabhanu Maharaj has one. Well, how can we get it from him? Because Nanda Baba, he's a king, and Vrishabhanu is a king. Can one king go to another king and beg from him? So Sandili Rishi said, well, in order to give the charge of the cows over to Krishna, we'll tell Vrishabhanu Maharaj we have to do Kanya Puja. And the best Kanya to do puja to is Srimati Radharani. And then I'll ask for that Kali Kamri in Dakshina. This is a good idea. Great idea. So they went to Vrishabhanu Maharaj and proposed that they want to do Kanya Puja with Srimati Radharani. So he was very, very happy. And he did this wonderful puja with Srimati Radharani. And then at the end, it was very nice. And Nanda Baba said, oh, very nice puja. Yes, very nice puja. And Vrishabhanu said, yes, very nice. And Sandali Rishi said, yeah, it was very nice, very nice. Yeah, very nice. Yes, very nice. Come on, ask him. About one thing. About what? No puja is complete without dakshina. Oh, you want diamonds? You want pearls? You want gold? You want silver? No, we don't need any of those things. We just need one Kali Kamri. Okay, I'll get one right. I'll have one made right away. No, we need it now. We'll take that one that Radharani has. So they gave that Kali Kamri to Sandili Rishi. So then they went back to Nandagram to do the function for giving over the cows to Krishna and Balaram. Because every time there's special change in the life, then in our Vedic culture we always have some sort of a function that goes on. Just like everything starts with the Vivaha Sanskar. And I don't know much about it. I know a little bit of Sanskrit, but I've seen there's two words seem to have some connection with them. Because, you know Vivaha? Vivaha means marriage, huh? But somehow after Vivaha comes Vivad. Argument. There may be some connection between it, I don't know. Then there's Garbhadan Sanskar and Mundan Jatakarna Sanskar and Mundan Sanskar and Vidyaram Sanskar, so many different sanskars, and birthday is also another sanskar. And if you ask your grandfather what they used to do on the birthday, he'll tell you that we would call the Pandit, and he would do some Havan, he will do some Ramayan Path or some Gita Path. There'll be some Nam Sankirtan. There'll be some distribution of prasad. And now what do? Happy birthday to you. We're forgetting all our old Vedic functions, you know. But actually, Prabhupada is so kind. He spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. And now the devotees are inviting us to their house for the birthday. And we have nice Nam Sankirtan and Hari Katha and some nice prasadam. So we're regaining by Prabhupada's mercy, we're regaining our old Vedic culture. So anyway, in this function, Mother Yasoda, she gave some wooden shoes, we say karao, and an umbrella to Lala. And Lala said, Maya, what is this shoe? What is this umbrella? And Lala, now you'll go far in the forest. There may be so many thorns. There may be so many stones on the path. And you'll need umbrella because sometimes the sun will be hot, sometimes the rain may come, so you'll need umbrella. And for my cows, you're going to give shoe and umbrella for my cows? Hey, Lala, why is she give for your cows? You don't know, Maya? Cow is very sacred, Maya. Why is cow sacred, Lala? You don't know, Maya? Just like I live in the heart of all of my devotees, all the demigods live in the body of the cow, so she's very sacred. And Mother Yasoda, Lala, it may be sacred, but where are you going to get so many shoes? 9 lakhs of cows. Yeah, who's going to carry umbrella? Cow can't carry umbrella. Who's going to carry umbrella? Okay, Maya, then you keep this shoe and umbrella with you. If my cow is going barefoot, then I'm going to go barefoot. If my cow is going without umbrella, then I'm going to go without umbrella. So this is why the dust of Braj is so special. Because Krishna walked all over this dust of Braj barefoot. So it's mixed with the lotus foot dust of Sri Krishna. And we see all the sadhus, if you go to Braj, they all go barefoot. They're hoping maybe there's one tiny speck of dust that touched Krishna's lotus feet. And I'll step on that and, oh, mera dar ho jayega. I'll become liberated. So this is why it is so special. And Sanatana Goswami, he explains in his Tika, commentary on this pastime, that when the cows heard that because of them, Krishna is going barefoot, in the night they went with their hard hooves and smashed all of the dust, all of the rocks and thorns into soft dust. When we're on Brajamandal Prikrama with Radharaman's group that goes walking barefoot, we're just praying for those dusty roads because now they're paving them all over. We just pray to find those nice dusty roads. In some places, it's so nice dust, just like sandalwood powder. In some places, it's like red sandalwood powder. In some places, it's white, like camphor dust. And there's one place, if you go to Barsana, and there's a road beside the canal. You go down that road, and then there's a little bridge, and you go across that bridge, you come to Unchagaon, the village of Lalita Sakhi. But if instead you turn left and don't go over the bridge, you go a little ways ahead, there's a hill called Sakhigiri Parvat. And there, the Raj is so soft. So soft. I call it the Johnson & Johnson baby powder Raj. In fact, whenever I take Radhanath Swami there, then he has to wear a mask, because on the bottle it says for external use only. So then Krishna got charge of all the cows. So what time is it? So what time do we go to? All night. Sure, why not? I don't know if... Has anybody ever seen Mother Yasoda's churning pot in Nandagram? Oh, somebody's seen it. All right. Because you have to ask special. Because you have to come down you come out the door of the temple, and you come down and down and down and down around, and there's a little path, and you come to where it forks out about 3 different ways, I guess. And just to the right there, there's a little Brishbasi house, and you go inside, and they have Mother Yasoda's butter churning pot. And it's so big, a person could stand inside it. It's so big. They buried it in the ground to preserve it. But they say this is Mother Yasoda's churning pot. You have to give some extra dakshina and ask from the pandas. They'll show you this place, Mother Yasoda's churning pot. And if you take the left branch, you come to Nanda Baba's Nrsingadev temple. Because Nanda Baba used to worship Nrsingadev just for protection of his Lala. Of course, Lala's giving protection to everyone, but Nanda Baba's singing that my Lala needs protection, so he's worshipping Lord Nrsingadev. And beautiful, very cute Nrsingadev. Anybody been to Nrsingadev temple in Nandagram? You saw the butter pot, you didn't see the Nrsingadev temple. Not at all like we have our Ugra Nrsingadev. It's very cute Nrsingadev. A little yellow and Nrsingadev there with sweet smile on his face. And there's also Brahadidi there. And then there's Patitapavan Jagannath and Gornitai. And then outside, just in front, this is a tiny little temple. But just outside beside the door to the altar, there's Vishnu lying on an Anantashesh. It's broken, so they don't worship it inside the temple, but they have it right beside the door. This big black Shila is there you can see Lord Narayan lying on Anantashesh, and with his hoods giving him shelter. A nice devotee is there. What is his name? Bhaktapriya. Bhaktapriya, nice. And I remember meeting his guru, because there was one Golokananda Maharaj. And Bhaktapriya told me, he never saw him sleep. He had these huge, big japamalas like this. And he said, all day and all night, I just see him chanting and chanting. He's too old to do anything else, so he's just chanting and chanting. But many years ago, he left this world. So they have his Samadhi Mandir is there. But tiny little place. And this is Nanda Baba's Nrsinga temple. And they also have a book there that Bhaktisiddhanta signed. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada also took his Prikrama party there. And he has a book with him signing it that they visited this place. And if you go way down that path, then you come to, at the very end, there's a road that goes out to the main road between Marsana and Nandagram. There's a road. So this road cuts out to the main road. And just before you get to the main road, there's an entranceway. And you go inside and there's a nice ashram there. And this is called Nanda Betak. Betak is a place where you can figure out sitting, beto, you sit and have meetings. So this is where they have meetings to discuss how to protect Krishna and how so many different things, all for Krishna's welfare. And also Nanda Maharaj, he sits at this place and waits to see in the evening, he waits to see, not evening, but late afternoon, he waits to see a special cloud. Because when we do that 4 o'clock or 4:30 Artik in the afternoon, that time of the day in Braj is called Goduli. Because the cows are coming home, they kick up dust, and a big cloud appears in the sky. Hmm? So Nanda Baba, he waits to see that cloud appear. Then he knows, oh, that Lala's coming home. Huh? So he sits there waiting to see that cloud. Hmm? And if you look at, there's a little shrine there, not very big, but it's a nice picture of Nanda Baba sitting there, and Krishna sitting on one leg, and Balaram is sitting on another leg. Beautiful painting is there. And as I said, this is a place where they used to have meetings. Now in America, we have one great sage named Murphy. And Murphy, he says that a meeting is an event where minutes are kept and hours are lost. Minutes are kept and hours are lost. So, one time Upananda, Nanda Maharaj's older brother, because there's one special thing. As I said, Parjanya Maharaj, he was the son of the Vaishya wife, so he became king of the cowherds, and he had 5 sons: Upananda, Abhinanda, Nanda, Sunanda, and Nandan. You can see Nanda Baba, he's in the middle. And the normal parampara is that when the old king turns the kingdom over to his eldest son. So Parjanya Maharaj, I said, but it means cloud. So he was like a cloud. He would collect, just like the cloud takes water from the sea or from your great Lake Michigan, and he rains it over the land for the benefit of everyone. So Parjanya Maharaj, like a cloud, he would take taxes from the citizens, but he would rain it back in the form of so many welfare activities for his citizens. So he was, therefore he was called Parjanya Maharaj. When he became old, he turned the kingdom over to his eldest son, Upananda. But one time, Upananda, he called a meeting of all of the cowherd men. In that meeting, he began to describe the glories of Nanda Maharaj, his younger brother. In fact, it appears that he had 5 mouths that he described Nanda Baba's glories. And Nanda Baba, he became very embarrassed. He put his head down. And finally, Upananda said, actually, Nanda Maharaj, he's more qualified than me. He made this proposal that Nanda Baba should become the king. And when all the Brajvasis heard this proposal, immediately they passed a resolution that Nanda Baba should become the king. Now we never see this. In real life, we see that the younger sons, they're making plots against the elder son because they know he's going to become the elder son. He knows that the brothers are making plots. He's making plots against them. Just like many years ago in Nepal, we saw the one guy, he killed everybody and took over. Like that we see. But that the elder son gives the kingdom over to the younger brother. But Braj is a magic place. So we can see magic things like this in Braj. So Nanda Baba became the king of the cowherds. They immediately passed this resolution, and all the Brajvasis were very, very happy with this resolution. RGBC, if they could pass a resolution that everybody was happy with, they'd be happy too. But this is Braj. Magic things can happen in Braj. Anyway, one time at Nanda Betak, Upananda, he called a meeting of all the cowherd men. In that meeting, he said, I suppose you're all wondering why I've called you here today. The thing is this, the Garga Rishi, at the name-giving ceremony, he hinted that Krishna may be some great personality. He even hinted that he may be equal to the Supreme Lord himself, or he may be some great yogi, or some demigod, or some great personality. So in view of this, Mother Yasoda simply has to stop pulling his ear, chasing him with sticks, tying him with ropes, and Nanda Baba said, wait a minute. Whatever you say about my son, that is gross exaggeration. He's just my little Lala, and if he does something wrong, I'm going to punish him. That is my right as his father. Because you say he may be he may be equal to the Supreme Lord or something like that. But why is it that when there's, in the nighttime, when there's thunder and lightning, he comes and crawls in bed with me, shivering from fear of the thunder and lightning? This is a great person, huh? And you say maybe some yogi, but the yogis, they can control their senses. Even ordinary people control their senses. But this guy, he has to eat all day long. And oh my God, if there's not enough sugar in the sweets, what a tantrum. And even ordinary people, they're honest. This guy, he's the biggest liar in Braj. He's got butter all over his mouth and on his hands. And he goes, did you steal the butter? No. Did you eat dirt? No. Were you harassing the gopis? I wasn't anywhere near. You know, he's the biggest liar in Braj. This some great personality, some demigod. Well, he's just my son. I mean, he brags about things that he didn't do, and he lies about things he did do. And then Nanda Baba, thinking of all the wonderful pastimes they witnessed, he lost his gravity. He began to laugh. He said, he's such a rascal. And Nanda Baba began to laugh. And then all the Brajvasis began to laugh. And they were laughing so hard their bellies were going to burst. Just thinking about all of Krishna's wonderful pastimes. And finally they all calmed down a bit, and then somebody snickered. And they forgot all about what purpose when Nanda called the meeting. They were just remembering Krishna, and that's what we should call meetings for, just to remember Krishna's pastime. So this place is Nanda Betak. So many wonderful pastimes like this happen there. And every year, just after Gaur Purnima, because there was one sadhu who lived there named Haridas. And he was a very famous sadhu all over Braj. So his disappearance is sometime just after Gaur Purnima. So they put on a week-long festival. They do Nam Sankirtan 24 hours a day for at least 3 days. I can remember 3 or 4 days. They do this big festival there. And when you go there, you'll see it's a big compound is there. We usually sit there because they have wall all around. So we can sit there and take our breakfast when we're on Prikrama, because the monkeys won't bother. There's a big wall all around. Haridas's Samadhi is there, but they come and for 3 or 4 days, Kirtana is going on and Hari Katha is going on. Very big festival is there. And there's a kund there, Nanda Kund. Little tiny kund is there. And it's completely surrounded by trees. Very, very peaceful place. Completely all big trees are all around the place. And big wide area in the middle of the ashram where we can all sit and take prasadam. Very nice place. And if we go back down that road, the other direction, we came out to the main road, but if we go back all the way down to the end of that road, we come to Nanda Kirak, Nanda Maharaja's Goshala. And you see so many beautiful cows there. And they give, like they don't give, but they sell you as little clumps of grass you can feed the cows. And that, because the cows, as soon as they see anybody, immediately they come with their big eyes and their big nose, you got something to eat. So they sell these clumps of grass that you can feed to the cows. It's a very sweet place. And just behind there is Yasoda Kund. Because on the east side of, this is completely on the east side of, but on the west side is Pavan Sarovar. But sometimes it's too crowded, especially so many men in there. So Mother Yasoda has her kund on the eastern side where she can bathe in private, and she does her puja and her pot and everything there. And Krishna and Balaram and the cowherd boys are playing. And they start to go far in the forest. And Mother Yasoda, she can't bear that Lala goes out of her sight. So she says, Dur kelan majao lalvan hawaye. That don't go, dur means far away. Just like there's one forest of Braj, it's so far away. It's in South Africa. That's the Durban. So dur kela, kela means play. Don't go playing far in the forest, Lala. A how is going to get you. And Lala said, what is this how? We never seen it anyhow. And Mother Yasoda says, he's big and black and furry. He has yellow eyes and a long black nose and big ears and sharp claws and a big mouth with sharp teeth inside. He'll come and eat you up. So Lala became frightened, so he would play close by. But since we know that little boys have so long memories, again, he started going far in the forest. And Mother Yasoda again said, Are Lala dur kelam majao lalvan hawaye. Don't go far in the forest. The cow is going to get you. What is this how? And Mother Yasoda is big and black and furry and big yellow eyes and big long ears and a long black nose and sharp claws curved and sharp and a big mouth. He'll come and eat you up. So Lala became frightened. Then again, he started going far in the forest. And Mother Yasoda again warned him not to go far in the forest. And he said, what is this how? I never seen it anyhow. And Mother Yasoda said, he's big and black and furry, bigger than you. And he has a long black nose to smell you with. And he has big yellow eyes to see you with. And sharp pointy ears to hear you with. And he has very sharp curved claws to catch you with. And his mouth is so big, he'll eat you in one bite. I never seen it anyhow. Jamuna tatpe denu charaye. I went all over the bank of the Jamuna. Denu means cow, herding my cows. Jamuna tatpe denu charaye. Tene deko how. I didn't see any how. Bain patal kaliyadami mahabi na deko how. I jumped in that Kaliya lake. I went all the way to Patala Loka. I never seen it anyhow. Maya, you're just making stories to make me frightened. You're just making stories. And Mother Yasoda's eyes got very big, and she said, well, don't look now, but here comes one. And she began to run, and Krishna began to run, and Baldav began to run, and Sridham began to run, and Sudama began to run, and Raktak began to run, and Stoka Krishna began to run. All the cowboys were running behind Mother Yasoda back to Nandagram. Now you see how clever Mother Yasoda. It was lunchtime. And they all sat down with Nanda Baba Krishna on this side and Baladav on this side, and Baba giving some morsel to Baldav and then giving one morsel to Kanaya, and they both were telling between breaths and between bites, Baba, we just missed by this much getting eaten. So you see on the bank of Yasodakund, used to be a tiny little place. Hardly you could get inside, but some fellow from Ghaziabad, he's made a beautiful, colorful temple there, great big temple of Nandan and of Yasoda and Krishna. And the government has fixed up the kund very beautifully and planted all nice trees around and made nice ghats. And beside the ghats, if you go a little ways into the forest, then you'll see the place called Hao Bilao. And used to, when I first went there was so many hows there, but because people can take these old ancient statues and sell them here in America for a big price. They stole them. Just the broken ones are there now. Hmm? And I asked one little Brijbazi boy, you ever seen a how? He said, oh, Paili Bote. Before there was so many. This place you can see on the eastern side of Nandishwar Parvat. Like this, there's millions and millions of pastimes that happen in Nandagram. And it was from Nandagram that one day a Krur came, and all the gopis, they saw this big chariot parked in front of Nanda Maharaj's palace. And he thought, oh, now Uddhav's come again with one of his useless messages. But then they saw it was actually Uncle Uddhav, Uncle Akrur. Because Kamsa had called him aside, because he knew no one, he called him aside, because he knew no one, he couldn't trust anybody else to do this, or Krishna wouldn't trust anybody else. So he told him, you have to go and bring Krishna here, Krishna and Balaram here to Mathura. And I made a brand new chariot for you. All gold leafed, nice carved wood and gold leafed, and brand new chariot. Nobody's ever taken it before. This was to tempt Akrura to go, because, when you get a new car, it's got a nice smell in it, and you want to sit in it, and its seats are so nice, and it smells so nice, and you drive, and so of course Akrura, he could understand that there was something evil behind his intentions, but he knew that Krishna is all powerful. He'll figure something out. So Kamsa thought he was very clever by making this brand new chariot. But actually, this Krishna inspired him to do this because it wouldn't have been proper if he would have sent his own chariot. Krishna was riding on Kamsa's chariot, so he inspired him to think that this would tempt Akrura if he made a brand new chariot. So he came in a brand new chariot, and he began to describe to Nanda and Yasoda how fortunate they were. And Nanda began to cry. He said, Uddhav, you don't even, you still have your milk teeth. You don't know anything. Krishna was staying in my house. And I was relishing so many wonderful pastimes. I had no idea who he was. And now he's gone. What are you talking about, Uddhav? What are you talking about? You don't even have your milk teeth. You're inexperienced. So anyhow, he convinced Nanda that he was going to take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. And just on the edge of Nandagram, when you're going to Barsana, there's a road going off to the left. That's the Mathura Gaman Marg. That's the road that Akrura took to take Krishna to Mathura. And a little ways down that road, you go down that road, there's a secret shortcut. You're coming from, you take the turn at Chatta that goes toward Barsana, but if you know where to turn, you pass a village called, well, now they call it Cairo. Its actual name is Kedarvan, but now they call it Cairo, because that's where Krishna killed Bakasura. And Bakasura swallowed up Krishna. So all the cowherd boys were calling out, Kaire, Kaire, Kaire. He's eating him. So that village became known as Cairo. And just as that village ends, you make a right turn and you go through the beautiful fields. Sometimes there's, you see cotton growing, sometimes rice is growing, beautiful fields like that. Nice little natural drive. Then you come out at the entrance to Nandagram. So, anyway, if you go down that road a little ways, you come to a village called, what is it? Bijwari. This is Brajbasa for Bijliwali, because this is where Radharani and all the Sakhis, they tried to stop. We've seen the picture in Krishna book. All the Sakhis, they tried to stop Krura from taking Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. And when they went on anyway, then all the gopis fell down just like lightning bolts. So this village became known as Bijwari. Very sweet place. And the kund is there called Bichori Kund, because Krishna Bichor, he left the gopis. So they were crying and crying. And so this Bichori Kund is filled with the tears of the gopis in separation from Krishna. It's a very special place. And there's a small little temple there with a picture of, they have nice little, you can't see the picture, but it's almost like a diorama type picture on the wall of taking Krishna and Balaram, and gopis trying to stop, and they have a nice temple there. Bichor Bihari, Bichori Bihari. And Pujari's name, one Baba is there, very young Baba, named Banamali Baba. And the old Pujari is still there, but he can hardly move anymore. He's my old friend, Lalta Das. Every time I go there, I expect I'm not going to see him. Every time I still see him. Lalta, he can't move. It is very sweet, Baba. He was taking care of the temple before, and now Banamali is taking care. A very sweet place. We'll tell one more. I was going to stop here, but because where you turn to go on that Mathura Gaman Marg, on the side of the road, you'll see a big jula. And that place is known as Lalita Kund. It's just on the entrance to Nandagram. And that's where Krishna and all the Sakhis would meet and wait for Srimati Radharani to come. So it's called, why it's called Lalita Kund would tell. One time, Krishna was discussing with Srimati Radharani all about Narad Muni. And Krishna told, this fellow is very, very clever and you should be very careful of him. He goes to one side, tells one thing. He goes to the other side, tells another thing, and he starts a big fight between them. So if you ever listen to this fellow, he will make a big fight between us and our relation will be finished. And Radharani said, okay. So, what could possibly come between us? And Krishna said, look, I told you. I'm not going to tell you later that I didn't warn you. So, one time, Narad Muni came to Braj and he was singing beautiful songs for Krishna. And Krishna said, what is it you desire, Narad? He said, no, I'm just simply happy chanting your glories. No, Narad, tell me something. He said, well, there's this beautiful jula here. And I just want to see you and Lalita swinging on this jula. That's just this one little desire is there in my heart. So Krishna said, Tatastu. So one day they were waiting for Radharani to come from Barsana. She was busy doing her makeup, so she was late. And at that time, Narada appeared in the sky, and Krishna remembered. He gave him this special benediction. So he told Lalita, you please, he sat on the swing, he said, Lalita, you please sit with me. Now Lalita, her only desire is to make arrangements for Radha to meet with Krishna. Her whole duty is that. Just like if you go to Braj, the common people, they chant, Radhe Radhe Sham Milade. But that, we don't like that. That's not our Gaudiya Siddhant. That Radhe Radhe, you meet us with Sham. No, we want to make arrangements for Radharani to meet with Krishna. This is sense gratification. That all the common people hear it commonly in Braj. But anyway, Krishna said, no. He pulled her and he got all the Sakhis. Come on, put her on the swing, put her on the swing. So all the Sakhis, they got into it and they put Lalita on the swing and they were swinging. And Narad Muni got his darshan, and he was very happy, and he flew off towards Barsana. Lalita Krishna, Lalita Krishna. When he came by the room where Radharani was putting on her makeup, she said, "Are Munivar, why are you singing like every day? You're taking my name and Thakurji's name. Why are you singing like this today?" He said, "Oh, you think that Lalita Saki is your best friend, huh? Maybe in front of you, but you should go there to Lalita Kund and see what's going on now." So Radharani, she ran there to Lalita Kund. And she saw Lalita swinging in that swing with Krishna. And then Radharani, she made angry mudra. Angry mudra means hands on the hips and toe is tapping. And Lalita Saki, she said, "Oh no, now they just put me here. I didn't try to come here. It wasn't my idea. And now what am I supposed?" Because she's the one when the Krishna, Radharani's upset with Krishna. She's the one who makes them up. He said, "Now I'm in trouble. What am I going to do now?" And Krishna went there, and Radharani said, "All right, we're finished. This is the end. You're a cheater. You've cheated me so many times." And then Krishna said, "I told you all about this Narad Muni," and explained the whole situation, how Narad Muni desired this benediction. And then Radharani became so shocked. So this is Lalita Kund. Hare Krishna. Anyway, we have our, where's the book? We have some copies of our latest book with us. Braj Leela, Part 3, Giriraj, the King of Mountains. Part 1 and 2 are out of stock right now, but you can still get them on Amazon. And Part 1 and 2 we went on the whole Braj Mandal in those 2 volumes, but we just touched a few places on Govardhan. And I wasn't satisfied because Govardhan has so many places. Because everybody just goes for Olympics. They run around the hill, they see Barsana, Radhakund, they see Kusum Sarovar, and a few other places. But there's so many places, you'll be shocked that you're just passing up. So many wonderful pastimes happen there. And other 2 books have maybe 12 color pictures. But since everyone loves, Arta Bandhu, Arjun Bhattacharya's pictures, we have 284 color pictures in this book. "32 paintings, 32 colorful paintings. We had to get permission from BBT. There's a special one here. Where is it? Where did it go? Oh. Now the government has put nice lights all over Kusum Sarovar. You'll never see because you never go there at nighttime. If you go some night, you'll see this beautiful scene like this at Kusum Sarovar. So 284 color prints, 32 color paintings, 530 pages of nectar. We had to get permission from BBT to use these paintings. And every place you couldn't even imagine is there. And even some places we couldn't find anymore. Although Braj Bhakti Vilas talks about those places, but nobody knows where you say the names, nobody knows what you're talking about. So now we have visual record of whatever place is known on Giriraj. And we're only asking small donation of $25 if anybody wants to take a copy home with you. And I'm here this evening and I can sign it for you. So, and you don't have to have cash. We can take credit cards and any digital way, any way, anyhow, we can and you can make your donation and take this wonderful book with you. So they're saying I can see it's getting a little cold, so we'll put our voice to rest here. And anybody wants a copy, you can see our Arta Bandhu, then bring it to me, and he's back here, and I'll sign it for you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki, revealer of the holy Dham, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shah. आप सब लोग की हरे कृष्ण. So,